Alrighty, we're live. This is WFO Twisted Tuesday ARCA Series coming at you live from Michigan International Speedway. It's a day race, race number 3 of the ARCA Series. And we've got a field of 21 drivers, 22 actually. I think one of these cars is actually just sitting in the garage area. What's going on, buddy? Am I still stuck in here with you? I didn't, did I move to the right channel? Oh, okay. Yeah, I got her sorted out. I moved the stream key to a WordPad document, copy and pasted it back from that to OBS, and for whatever reason, it started to work. Don't know why. But yeah, we're good, man. Appreciate it. That was the Warden Tim Hamlet. He is working the tower tonight. So that will be one of the cars. I think I don't know if Tim is actually on here or not. I think since he has admin privileges, he would be. But anyway, Vern Bradley might join us in the booth later. That's a toss-up. No Nation tonight. Haven't seen him yet in the Discord, so I'm going to look forward to these guys coming up here at some point tonight, hanging out with us. So 23 cars is what is showing on the grid, and right now the pole sitter with group qualifying is Dalton Cowden from Florida. His best time was a 39.083. And these are going to be draft laps, guys, so 39 flat is going to be a draft lap for sure. Without draft, you're going to run somewhere in the 39.3s, 39.4s. So some of these guys did get a partner off of pit road, and it kind of showed. We saw a couple guys get a little loose, too. So this thing, if you overdrive it, if you drive too far down the track, and let me give you kind of an idea what that might look like. So we've got basically practice laps. If I can go back here to the previous lap that Trent Ripley was running, just to give you an idea. So we'll go cockpit here. Now see, he's going to run the second groove, and you can already tell this thing's getting loose. He's overdriving and down into the corner, and it's going to get really touchy right there. Car is just floating all over the track. Once you get some heat in those tires, you're going to be okay, but this first lap out, definitely cold tires, and it's just wanting to go right to the bottom of the track. Trent's doing a hell of a job holding on to this thing, though. As you can tell, he's not having to put too much wheel into it. If he goes much further than what he put into it right there, that thing's going to spin out. So that's a lap around Michigan with Trent Ripley. We're going to go back to the scenic camera. We'll get caught back up. It's about 5 minutes left of gridding, and then we'll be going green. SimRacingApps.com. With our overlays, WFO Racing thrown up there on the left side. Should all look really good today. Forecast temperature, it's about 72 degrees. Track temperature is 81. So I look to these guys to be a little bit loose, and it's going to be tough to pass. I think if you get that run on the inside, you better take it before you get to the entry of the turn, because you're most likely going to slide up into that guy if you don't pass him through the entry. Draft is not much of a factor here. It does pick you up a couple tenths, but it's not as prevalent as it was in past builds. I know the sim kind of ran and exaggerated the draft in past builds. So we had issues where you would get around a guy and then you could never get away from him. And yeah, the draft does affect you at this track, but it was too much, I think, in my personal opinion, especially through the turns, where you should get a run off and be able to escape that guy. It seemed like you never actually could get away. But these ARCA cars don't have quite the same splitter and spoiler design as the trucks do, so they tend to cut the air a little different, and the cars get tight when they're behind that splitter. So should be fun to watch these guys try to pass. We're going to see, again, we got Dalton Cowden on the pole tonight. And we'll go through your grid one more time just in a second here when they line up. Try to bring up the YouTube chat here. My phone is almost dead, so if I don't respond to people, my phone did die. I'm trying my best to try and pay attention to that. Corey and Ashley Suma saying fancy. Says these were single car qual times. I was looking. It was weird because in the qualifying, I was looking at the time and it looked like there were cars out on the track together. I don't know if that's because I'm spectating, that maybe I can see that. But it looked like everybody was out on the track all at one time. It was weird. I mean, that's how we've done qualifying. It's been single cars as far as I know. That I don't think they changed anything, so you're probably right. I'd like to think that wouldn't change like third race in the season, but I also have not watched a qualifying run in the ARCA car to know for sure. I know that the trucks are single car qualifying. By the way, guys, I can display the points for you if you'd like. I can throw those up on the screen and give you guys an idea of where everybody sits in the standings right now. Let me go ahead and grab the points list right here. And I'm sure you guys are hearing my new keyboard. It's got mechanical keys, so it's a little bit louder than the other one I used to run. But I'll try to be as quiet as I can. I typically type aggressive. You know, I learned to type on a high school keyboard that was filled with all kinds of miscellaneous fluids and soda cans and whatever else. So you really had to press on the keys to get them to work. All right, here we go. Here's our Twisted Tuesday point standings, and this is actually going to throw the schedule up and everything all in one go. So here we are right here. As it sits right now, we've got Richard Holland in first place. Actually, that's the finishing order. I need to go down a little bit. Sounds like we're gridding, actually. So there's Richard Holland leading the points. Charlton Miley, or Millie, in second. Rick Fagon in third. Your top five, Dalton Cowden and Jared Cox. So still really tight points battle. 2 races counted. And there's less than 10 points separating the top 5. So, all right, we're getting ready to grid here. What's going on, Vern? Is that right?
Yeah, got me a nice seat back here at the back of the field. To run here at Michigan.
We got another in-race report from Vern Bradley tonight. All right, I've just been informed on track that you sound like you're really far away, so I'm going to turn you up in Discord a little bit.
That'd be fine.
Alrighty. Take you up to about 130. Let's try that out, Vern. Mic check.
All right, got the mic check right here.
All right, I think that should be a little bit better. We'll see.
We'll let them see. They'll talk about it in iRacing. I'm still way off in the since he said. Can you hear me okay, Coop?
I think so. I mean, I hear you fine in Discord. Let's one more time. Yeah, I think they hear him now. Okay, you're good.
All right.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I had no audio from anything, actually. Desktop audio was disabled.
I'm in good company back here. I believe Moody's around here somewhere, and I think Michael Benson's back here, and pretty good crowd.
All righty. So we're going to get up here and take the pole sitter. And that's the 34 car of Dalton Cowden. To his outside will be Gary Waterworth in the 71. Third place is going to be Cody Williams in the 11 with Corey Suma to his outside in the 52. Well, at least I think that's who that's supposed to be. Actually, Charlton Millie was going to be on his outside in the 46. Then Corey Suma on the inside in 5th place with Burt Wilson on the outside in 6th. Richard Holland. Looks like Corey Cook to his outside. This grid's going down a little fast on me. Hal Amy, Jeff T. Martin. Oh man, they're already bumping fenders back up front here. Let's just sort that out. Jared Cox with Leo Lortz. Bradley P. Wilson and John Sanu. Rick Fagone. Brandon Winning. Ryan Daniels. Artie Peterson. Michael McCauley. Blankenship. Derek Robinson. David Moody. Trent Ripley. Vern Bradley. Michael Benson. Matt Egan. And then Glenn Jamison with Ryan Neese. Rounding out your field. Pace car is off.
Green
And
flag.
we're going green. Green flag in the air. So
Yeah, we got
Dalton-
a pretty good field of cars here, Coop.
Yeah, we got 23 of them out there. Actually, 24 with you added in there. It's going to be a deep field. This Dalton Cowden's going to lead them off. Gary the Snail right behind him. All three of these CNC drivers qualified up to the front. It's going to be interesting to see if they race each other or if they just try to save tires and run it out here. Pull a little bit of lead. But you see they're going 3 wide right here with the 52. Cody Williams, Corey Suma. Looks like Burt Wilson on the outside, 3 wide. They're starting to get it sorted out. You see that 31 of Richard Holland starting to creep up to there. Corey Cook looking to the middle. It's tough to pass here. You got to get it early, though. These tires are going to wear out quickly. Now we're looking 3 wide again. The 31's biding his time. I don't think he wants to try it this early. We're on lap 2 of 90. So we got a lot of racing left to do. Just show some patience out there. That's what it's going to take today, I think, with all these cars on the track, such a deep field. It's going to take a lot of patience. Let's go back here just a little bit further. There's the fan favorite, Hal Amy. He's got the, looks like the 51. Yeah, it's Bradley Wilson to the inside.
Sorry about that, Matt. I had to get
This is just outside the top 10 right here. It's 11th place that they're fighting about. Behind them, we got Rick Fagone. So we're starting to single out just a little bit. Leo Lortz looking to the inside of Artie. The 08 and the 1. Just kind of a crazy battle, actually, back here. This is for 15th, I believe. Looks like Leo's gonna clear him on this turn. I'm going to go back up towards the front here and see how these leaders are stretching out just a little bit. That clean air is very beneficial.
Ripley just took it hard off the outside wall.
Yeah, it looks like Trent's struggling. Actually, he was. We did a lap around the track with him, and I think he was putting it down a little too low in the corners. Really scrubbing off that
Yeah, I
speed.
believe it may have pushed up on him right there from running that low line.
Yep.
But you really have to watch how you drive it in the corner here.
Yeah, it's a loosey-goose there, especially, we got, looks like the 8 car of Blankenship almost into the outside wall.
She don't want to turn off real well, Coop.
No. She looks like she turns in really well. We were riding on board with a couple guys in practice, and it looked like it was turning in excellent, but off the corner.
It turns in fine, but center off, it'll start getting tight on you. I'm kind of just sitting back here filling it out on the tires, man.
Yeah, you've got a lot of time to figure this thing out. You can make up a lot of those spots on pit road, to be honest with you. So pick you up a couple here, and I just cruise around, see what it's capable of doing.
Yeah, if we get a long run here, I think I try to drive her up some spots and see what I got on the long run. But it's definitely leaning on the tires here a bit.
All right, let's go back up here. We got a couple battles going on. This is looks like for 10th place. Hal Amy, just behind Richard Holland, is pushing the 14 down the backstretch here. A little bit of bump draft, actually. This is for positions 8th through 11th. As you can see, Hal's starting to get past from the inside there. Rick Fagone's going to take 11th from him. And then Rick's looking to the inside of the 11 here. Got the 51 behind them. Bradley Wilson. They're still side by side going into 3. Hal's hanging in on the outside, but he's getting a good run down the straightaways, running that higher line. They're still trying to sort it out up here. This is for 8th place between the 14 and the 28. Looks like maybe 3 wide here. 31 was looking. He's still looking. He said, I had a run. He kind of lost that momentum. I think the 14 is going to prevail this time by. The 31 is going to make both of them. Looks like he's got the run here to pass both these cars in one straightaway if he can get the entry into one. Oh, there's a little contact there. And I just completely lagged out of the lobby.
Yeah, there was some lagging up ahead of me too, so it might have been a server.
I think the server might have just crashed, Vern.
No, it ain't crashed. We're still in it.
Okay. I am crashed out of it.
We're under caution. I see cars flying. Yeah, just reload her.
Okay. Yeah, it's showing me on everyone is out of the race. They all crashed. So that means Nation 01 has got his first victory of the season. All right, I guess we'll restart the sim. That's never happened to me this year. Not the first time it's ever happened to me, but it is the first time it's happened to me this season. Apologize for that, guys. I think that was an iRacing glitch. It honestly had Nothing to do with what I had going on. Still says I'm in session joined. Not sure why it says that. Might have something to do with sim racing apps, so I'm going to back out of it and see if maybe if that had something to do with it. You guys still in there then? Vern? Okay, I think I'm still live on YouTube though. Yeah, still displaying. We were watching one hell of a battle between the 31 and the 14. They were going into turn 1 and 2. A little contact between the two of them, and then everyone disappeared. So a little peculiar things happening there. So I'm going to try to go back into my watching spot. See if I can get back into the session. Hopefully we'll have her back up and running here in no time. Vern Bradley actually jumped down to the Arca Tower, so there might be something bigger going on with the server. It might have crashed out. I'm going to try to load it back up here. And we'll try to get sim racing apps back up on your screen as soon as everything loads in. Hopefully this all goes okay. So you're getting a little bit of the behind the scenes to what makes this all functional. I have that basic desktop and then just displaying whatever's on the screen. I throw some overlays over top of it with simracingapps.com and little camera trickery, tomfoolery, a black box with the WFO logo, and it looks great, you know? Keep it simple. They had to keep it simple for me, you know? Because I always find a way. If there's a way, I'll find it to mess things up. Hello to everybody in the chat. I apologize. We are under caution. It looks like we didn't lose too much here.
I think it's the iRacing server because a bunch of coke guys
Not
are
going.
out too.
Not going.
All right, here's the deal, guys. We're going to delay the green, and the people that got disconnected who have come back in can get their laps back.
All right, so I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but they're going to let everyone get their laps back. People actually got booted from the server. So this is just an iRacing hiccup. It was, it booted me, obviously. We got kicked completely out of the room. I think as far as, as far as who takes precedence over what, any clients connected to the room, the most important ones are the people racing in the servers. So anyone watching, spotting, crew people, spectators, they immediately are the first ones to go to save the integrity of the room. So they're going to wave the green, delay it here, get these guys back on the lead lap. I don't know that they're going to be able to get them in their exact spot that it crashed in. But
Not going. Not going. One to go.
it's going to be weird to see what shakes out here. We've had this before with a race ending at the wrong time, or a bug in iRacing that just the scoring will put a car that was not in that position ahead of the leader. Sometimes the scoring gets messed up, and it is a simulator. It's bound to happen. But we chalk that up to rain delays and mechanical failures, things like that. Real life things to compare it to, just for our own sanity, so we don't absolutely go bonkers and insane when we lose a race to to a green white checker not being on, or the room crashing out when we're leading it, things like that. It's always helped me cope with it. If I think, well, somebody just didn't tighten all the lug nuts, and that's why I got kicked out of the room. All right, so we're on lap 14 out of 90. And as they get this sorted out, it looks like we had about 7-8 cars that got disconnected from this room. They continue to give wave rounds. We're clicking off a couple laps. And this is actually good for the guys that were up front because they're going to essentially get some more laps led. It's going to give them a better idea of
Holding one to
where they shake out, you know. On these pit stops, though, any strategy you had prior to this, if you thought this race was going to run green, now you've got to completely change that because we've ran about 3 more caution laps than we normally would. We're coming up on the 4th one. And for that reason, I'm going to go grab a beer while they get their laps back. You see these boys just ripping around the track. Little Mermaid. Down the backstretch, that thing sounds like it is cranking. Glenn Jameson, it looks like Jeff Martin, Artie Peterson, Matt Egan. There's a lot of cars that were booted out of this race. You can even go up here to the 31, the 09. Those guys all got kicked from the room. The 3. So I'd say anybody that's in the back of the field right now, because you saw those guys were actually up towards the middle of the pack fighting for position, and now they're all shuffleboarded back to the rear of the field, and it sucks, but that is... I mean, that's the only way you can really handle it. I don't think you can directly give those positions back. It would break iRacing scoring. It would black flag half the field for passing under yellow. So I think they're just going to make them run it from where they came back into the room. I'm not sure. We're going to delay another run here. It looks like the lead cars are just about the same. I want to say that there was one other CNC guy that's no longer up there right now. I'm looking for him. It's Michael Benson, Hal Amy, Richard Holland. All right, there's Charlton. He was in that lead 3. So that's going to shuffle him back to the back of the field. Yeah, this is going to be a weird set of circumstances, guys, and I don't know what they're going to do about the positions, so it might just be one of those things that it is what it is. If you got booted, you're essentially in a backup field, and or backup car, you're starting from the rear of the field. And we got a vote for the 09, Trent Ripley. Thank you for that vote, GRRG. Shacky says 81, let's go. Thank you for the votes, guys. Denise Riddle, go Hal, number 3. Got a vote for Ryan Daniels as well.
Yellow.
Let's go Iceman Chassis. So, guys, yeah, if you want to get your votes in, now would be a good time for WFO's Driver of the Day. Put the hashtag and the driver number. And we delayed another green, so I am definitely getting a beer now. It'll just make it easier on everyone if I grab a beer. I promise.
Coop, I'm back. Are you there, Coop? Coop, are you there?
All right, yeah, I'm back. Had to go grab a couple brouhahas to get through that long caution.
Green.
All right, green flag is out. I came back just in time. Dalton Cowden's going to lead him off here. Gary the Snail just behind him. Gary Waterworth in the 71. So we're clean and green again. Hopefully the server will cooperate with us this time. This definitely shuffled up the field. Some of these guys in the back are going to have to fight through a lot of cars. So to take you back here, you can see John Sanu, Richard Holland. These guys are all the way back to about P15, I think. 15th place, and this hasn't really inverted the field, honestly. There's only a handful of guys that were up front that didn't get kicked from here. There's still some suspicious activity going on. I'm hearing engine RPMs that are pretty unrealistic as we're going 3 wide here with the 46. Charlton and Millie looking to the inside of the 14 of Jeff Martin there. Just in between the 51 of Bradley Wilson as well. And there it is again. So it does not appear that iRacing is going to cooperate with us tonight.
You crashed again.
Yeah, I just got booted out.
Spin. Cars.
Yep, and some cars just crashed from that. I came back in. Yep, this server is definitely ducking out.
What time is it, Coop?
It is 9:30, I think 9:26, yeah. And there it is, it's dropping out again. So I think iRacing's definitely having a problem tonight. That flag man, he's not even sure who he's waving a flag for right now. He just knows that that is his job and he needs to wave it. So he's going to continue to do so until they put him out of his misery. That's right, you wave that flag. All right, so is everyone out of the room for you? Did you guys get a disconnect on a bunch of guys again? I think Vern might have hopped out. He went down to the Arca Tower. Okay, so essentially what's happened, guys, is the server has a fall through level, okay? And everyone's in a different location, but they all report to one spot, which would be the server. We're all talking to one client, and then that client communicates to everyone else where everyone is on the track. What happens sometimes is that client might reject certain locations or certain pings, or it can get overwhelmed with too much what they call netcode or too many pings. We do have a lot of cars in this room tonight, and typically for iRacing, 26, 27 cars is not a big deal. I've seen as many as 38 cars in a race before, so it's usually never a problem for iRacing to handle that kind of load. But it seems like tonight, with all the weather that's been going on, and the middle of the country is typically where these clients are located, we're just having connection issues. Texas, everybody down south got ravaged by freezing cold temperatures, a couple feet of snow, all the way down to Arkansas, and northern Georgia even saw a lot of snow. So it's not unrealistic to think that maybe somewhere out there's just weather or something still implementing problems for iRacing. Hal Jr., we need that. We need you to use that wrench to fix these servers, buddy. It's time to break it out. I went and grabbed a beer. I thought we were going to go green again. We got to lap, I think 15 before it crashed the first time. And then we had another caution on lap 19.
Mr. Cooper.
Yes, sir.
Apparently, we got a bad server here.
Yeah, we definitely have that, for sure.
Setting up a different server. As we just thank everybody for their patience on that. It's going to be a 5-minute qual, and then we're going to do 70 laps to finish off the race. So it should be coming up here very shortly.
Okay. Well, I love to talk, so I'll keep them busy. I'll keep them on hold for you. Appreciate you giving me a heads up, man.
You got to talk about pink computers tonight?
Yeah, you want to know all the rules of RGB? I can teach you guys what settings you need to put on your fans to have the optimal results. I think if you all just change your color to purple, everyone in the race, we won't crash out. Okay?
I heard RGB makes your computer faster. That's what
it does. RGB equals FPS. That's just facts.
Doesn't create any heat in your computer at all.
No, unless you use red. If you use just red, then yeah, it'll create heat.
All right, let me hop back down there and get stuff ready.
All right, buddy. That was Tim Hamlet. Arca Tower is busy tonight, guys, so we're going to go ahead and quit out of this session, and hopefully, by some leap of faith, as you can see, that's just about where they were running prior to the snap. We're talking about football now because that's essentially what it was, just a bunch of Hail Marys So we're going to restack the field. We're going to set up a whole new room. They're going to qualify as if they had never been in the race before. So essentially those first 20 laps, just to stay in schedule, will be ticked off. We're going to run 70 laps, another 5-minute qualifying session, no practice. And these guys are going to get another chance to, I guess, redeem themselves because we had a lot of guys that were up in the front that got shuffled back from disconnects, maybe even used some fast repairs and had indirect caution, wrecks and damage from things that they couldn't control from the server. So we're gonna try our best to get into that room as soon as we can. And I'm just going to give up on this session. We're going to withdraw and forfeit from it. I'll be completely honest with you guys. There's nothing else like this as far as esports goes. You do have big servers on other games. Yeah, you've got your battle royales that hold a couple 100 people, but there's nothing quite like this. And so iRacing is very good. Their clients are very good. Their servers have always been, you have a little netcode here and there, but you are talking to a vast majority of people that have 10 to 15 megabytes of download, and their sons and daughters are on the Wi-Fi interfering with everything. So there's a lot that can go wrong on just their end to make a server look bad. But I would say that this is the worst thing I've seen happen, and it was just a bad client. Hopefully we can find a different farm for our server and get things running. Looks like IPv4 and IPv6 pings are... Actually, the IPv6 ping says I'm at 0, so my Internet Protocol version 6 is actually pinged out. So I'm obviously going to be on Protocol 4 at 30 ping. Looks like my client's fine, so it was definitely on iRacing's part. So I wonder if they're going to throw this up in the league directory or if they're just going to put it up as a hosted race. We'll have to go down here and talk to... Are you guys going to put this up in league sessions, or is this just going to be in under hosted?
In league sessions, it's got a... When he set it up, it's making him do it in at 9:40 is when the closest time he can set it up. So it'll be up in 7 minutes.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
He went for a smoke break, so we'll be back.
Oh, I would definitely need one of those right now. It's stressful enough doing this kind of stuff, and then you have iRacing not cooperating. It just makes it even worse.
Did you hear what we were doing with all the wave arounds and everything?
Yeah. I witnessed what we waved about 5 or 6 laps there on the caution, and I was kind of like, yeah, well, it is what it is. We had to shuffle the field, unfortunately, but at least guys were able to get their laps back, and now it was the second crash, and we had probably 6 or 7 guys that had damage from those wrecks that they couldn't see. So
yeah, basically it kicked 5 people immediately.
Yeah, I kept getting ejected too. I think the client was just like, okay, you're a spectator. I'm going to try to keep the cars in here the best I can. And second wave, it booted me, but then I got to come back for a couple seconds. I think it was Blankenship hitting the wall, and then it kicked me again. So it was pretty cool. Definitely a bad server, for sure.
All the money they made this year from COVID, I think we get a better server.
Well, I was talking about the weather events that we've had over the past couple months and how, the central part of the country is just destroyed right now because of the weather. And I think that's where a lot of these clients are located, is Central America. In the North American region, it's usually around Texas, Oklahoma, those areas.
Yeah, but this is an American. It's probably Boston server.
Oh, okay. They've been getting it pretty bad too, honestly. I'm going to chalk it up to weather, honestly, with the way things have been going.
First time I've had one like this. I mean, I guess in some hosted ones I've had some bad ones, but not quite this bad.
Yeah, we were probably on an Australian server for all we know.
Or France.
We were actually in Michigan, guys. They're not well known for their servers.
Are you still muted? Are you still streaming?
Yeah, I'm still live, so.
Okay.
I'm keeping it modest. What we meant to say was it was a shit server.
It
All
was.
right. So I'm looking at 9:40 for the server to go up, and then we got approximately 4 minutes till that.
Yeah, thank you everybody for sticking around.
Yeah, we appreciate the patience.
For us either.
No. But hey, I can officially say that none of this is my fault. Everything that's went wrong tonight, I had nothing to do with it, guys.
I have an idea though. Who actually caused this? Notice that he's not here tonight. And things are going wrong. I think it was Nation.
It's interesting. Blame Nation. I would.
The pink laptop.
I think he was talking about getting a new job as like an IT guy or something. Like they were hiring him in. That's why he's been missing a lot. He said he was working like side stuff from home. Maybe he's diverting our internet traffic, selling our information to the Russians, and that's what happened.
You never know.
It all adds up now. So Nation, this is your fault. I hope you're in the live stream. I hope you enjoy looking at my desktop background, as boring and plain as it is. It's actually a tent. If you guys look down there on the bottom right hand side, that someone was camping when they took this photo. It's about the only background I have that's triple screen, so I run it. It's not my first
Well,
go-to, but
Don't you have another computer build in the process?
I do, actually.
Why not? Did you show them some specs from that?
I've got a 3070 as soon as they come available. Trying to get away from the 1660. It is stuck in the 1080 range, so that's old news now. We need to go to 4K, man. We need state of the art. And then I want to get the Ryzen 7 5800. Nice. Yeah, that's gonna be a beast, man.
Coop's gonna be building a big one.
Yeah.
Well, we figured it out, Vern, and we're just letting everybody in the audience know that it's kind of suspicious that Nation's not here tonight. We're having all these problems.
You know what? You're exactly right. So if he tunes into the broadcast, thank you, Nation, for crashing the hell out of our server, and we appreciate it very much.
And make sure everybody out there, you thank him too, because holding you guys up tonight.
The new one should be coming up.
A little espionage here at WFO tonight.
They ain't went green for me yet, but it just hit 940, so.
So the stress level is typically around, on a scale of 1 to 10, around a 6 for Vern, until he gets in the car, and then it goes down to 4. Then they go green, and it goes back up to 6. But particularly tonight, it's at 10, I would say, for sure.
10.5.
Yeah. So the smoke break did nothing. Did it take it down at least 0.5? We're back on the scale yet?
Well, I'm trying to figure out why our new server ain't popping up yet.
Probably just gave us the same exact server again.
No, it's still showing it, but it's not ready.
I got another minute on maybe my watch is off. I don't know.
Maybe my clock passed on my computer.
Yeah, I got another minute.
So
that's what it is. My phone says 9:39. My fucking computer says 9:41. Windows is off 2 minutes. I have Windows 10 at automatic time set.
Why would Windows 10 be wrong? It's up.
Buddy,
it is wrong.
You're on Bill Gates time. You're looking into the future.
Yeah, Bill Gates then sped my computer up a couple minutes, didn't he?
Shh. You can't mention that name. You'll lose Windows 10.
I'll lose my Windows 10 privileges, won't I?
Hey guys, I see a please enter product key on my screen suddenly for some reason.
What kind of product do you need?
I think I need a Windows product key.
Oh, we're up. We're ready.
Bill Gates just deactivated my Windows.
It said I meet all the requirements too. How dare that server tell me that? So do we have a new stream that I need to go to on my phone, Coop?
No, stream stayed up. Everyone's been really patient. I was apologetic, and they understand that things happen. I don't know which one to join. They're side by side.
Join the one with 70 laps.
Okay. I was just in spectating.
It won't show you that, will it? It should show the start time though, 9:40 or 9:50. It'll probably say now.
All right, this one's got.
Are you friends with one of us on?
Yeah, if you're friends with Richard Holland or one of them, they'll be joining the same session.
Okay. Yep.
And
that'll work.
You can scroll them and watch it from them. You can join as a driver if you want.
Yeah, I typically don't like to do that just in case by some reason. I know tonight we're pretty much set on the field, but if there was for some reason a full field, I don't want to take a number slot.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's kind of why I do it. I do it the same way you do, and that's kind of why.
Then you got to mute the drivers too.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're getting back in, guys. It's looking good.
Hopefully we hit the server lottery.
You should have named this one like the Thanks iRacing 200 or something
yeah.
like that.
All right. So again, I would like to thank everybody in the chat for being patient and sticking around. I know that this looks bad, but it's all iRacing's fault. Actually, it's Nation's fault. That we We decided that, right? This is Nation 01's fault.
Well, so here's my thought. We got a few minutes before things get kicking off. Let's do a little poll here. If you think it's iRacing's fault, you put a 1 in there. If you think it's Nation's fault, you put a 2.
They're gonna blame it on me.
And if it's Vern's fault, just say fuck Vern in the chat. You know, that's
yeah,
fair enough, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm pissed off about
Easy
losing
to-
$1.50 over that shit.
Right. You'll never get that $1.50 back.
Actually, I will. I'll send a message to iRacing, tell them what time the server went up, what was happening, and they'll refund it.
Oh, well, that's good. That'd be good on him.
I've had that happen before.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's good that they do that. They actually care. All right. Procreate on the side of the 06, Ryan.
I love it, man. I love the paint job.
That's great. All right. So
The best fucking paint here.
I'm going to go I'm going to go back up to the broadcast booth and we'll get things kicking off. See you in a bit, Vern.
All right, Coop.
Good luck, Tim. All right, so we're watching some practice laps. They're going to put some rubber on this track, get it warmed back up. Server's looking good. No one's fell through yet. So you guys are actually seeing practice. It's like I was early. One, two, and three. Got a bunch of twos. Lots of twos. Dr. Billy voted 6 times. And we'll allow it, because why not? Our elections have no integrity either. So, I'm riding on board with Rick Fagone. Definitely a top 5 car if I've ever saw one. You see the leaderboard up there. Brandon winning, Rick Fagone. This is based off of lap counts right now, lap times. I'll get that off the screen. Let's try to fix this. I'm going to put the standings back up there so we can see where these guys end up qualifying at. And that's where we're headed right now. Practice is checkered flag. We're going into qualifying. So we're going to ride on board with Rick Fagone for his qualifying lap. See how loosey-goosey this thing is on the apron. Ricky countersteered just a little bit to get off of the pit road. Looks like he's gonna run that outside just to get the tires hot. No reason to push it yet. Keep that speed build up. A lot of countersteer. And you can just tell how well it turns in when you have to do that. Now these steering wheels are offset a little bit to the right as well. Ooh, they're right there. Just a little bit of wheel hop in that entry. If you stay on the gas when that's happening, you're going to be facing the wrong direction. So good heads up move by Ricky there. And this is typically the slower of the 2 laps just because there's still not enough heat in the tires. You can actually pick up a little bit of speed on your next one. It looks like Ricky gonna put it down on the apron. This will get you a 10th a lap there. All right, Ricky, it's time to push it. This is the lap, buddy. This one's yours. Scrubbing a lot of speed there, touching that apron. Just glazed the bottom of the track. So it's kind of shaping up to be about the same as far as qualifying times go. We got Dalton Coden starting on the pole yet again. So things pretty much shook themselves out here. Pole sitter's the same. We're going to put those just up on the display here to show you the times that everyone put down. Alrighty. So, Dalton Cowden, Charlton Milley with Jeff Martin, Gary Waterworth. So Jeff Martin actually gained a little bit from this qualifying effort. Gary Waterworth is going to be back to 4th place with Corey Cook, Richard Holland in 6th, Hal Amy 7th, and Rick Fagone is going to be 8th. We rode on board with him. Like he was scrubbing a lot of speed there on that second lap. Jared Cox in 9th place with Burt Wilson rounding out your top 10. Keaton Tripp in 11th with Vern Bradley, who made the field a little late there. He's actually going to qualify in 12th this time. 13th place, John Sanu with 14th of Artie Peterson. 15th, Derek Robinson. 16th, Matt Egan. 8th, or the 8 car, and 17th, Steve Blankenship. Actually bump him down 1 spot. Looks like somebody put down another lap there. Gary Waterworth got regrid there on 3rd P3. So Gary Waterworth actually doesn't have the correct number either. I'm not sure what happened there. He went from the 71 car, I think he was earlier, to the 94. But that's okay. We'll get it figured out. I haven't gotten quite used to the CNC guys' numbers yet. So for that change up, I'll just yell out Gary the Snail, and that'll be good enough. All right. So just about 15 seconds left there of qualifying, and then we're counting down. We're getting ready to go green again. I think it's looking good. We should be good to go green from here on out, provided iRacing keep cooperating and Nation stops sabotaging our servers. Yes, Diana, we are still doing Driver of the Day votes. They're still counting. A little bit of overtime for this right now, but the stream has been continuous through all of it, so all of the Driver of the Day votes are counting. Oh, Charlton, okay, so he is supposed to be in the 94. He was in the 71 before that, so he's got the proper number this time around. 10-4 on that. All right. Yeah, I was showing him in the 71 in that first race. So again, there's your pole sitter. Dalton Cowden. It's a 34. I always hesitate to say that because I want to say Cowden so bad, man, and I apologize. But I was informed that that is Cowden, so I'm gonna get it right. Even if it takes me a millisecond longer, I will get it right. Thank you, Diana. Why bother? Well, that's why we bother. I think I would love to dethrone Hal. It's just that no matter how many people I bring in there, there's always a lost uncle from way back 30 years ago that resurfaced yesterday, or a friend from work that he might text while driving. I don't know. I don't really know how Hal gets all the votes he gets. It's like there's a county in Pennsylvania that's just there's a number 3 flag waving in every flagpole. He is Mr. WFO. There is that. But one day, he will be dethroned, and it'll be glorious. I've tried my luck. I think my peak voting was 11 votes in one race there. Actually 16, and then Hal had 34. So... Alrighty, so we're taking our pace lap, setting the grid, getting ready for green flag racing. I think the pace car is running a little bit low on fuel, boys, so if we could just run this thing out, that way they don't have to put any more in there. I think it's time for an update on that pace car. We've had that same Mustang pace car for, I would say, 11 or 12 years. But first things first, we need to get this race going here at Michigan. That's going to be our second attempt. 70 laps this time around. Looks like we got the full field back in here of 28 cars. And we're set to go. One more turn. Gonna appreciate the patience that everybody put out and the understanding that things can go wrong. The 34 says nothing's going to go wrong. I started on the pole once. I'll do it again. Green flag is in the air. Dalton Coden. I did it. I did it. Cowden is going to take the green. Lead him off. Nice jump there on that start. Really good jump on them CNC cars behind him. So he's going to take it down into one really clean. Behind him, though, they got the 94 and the 46 running side by side. I think the teammate's going to cut him a little break and slide up in front of Jeff Martin. See behind him, they're 2x2 all the way back to about 10th place. Corey Cook's making his moves on the inside of Corey Suma. Corey's not going to let that. We got the Corey and Corey show here. So the 52 has actually looked back to the inside of the 61, but decided to jump in line. Behind him, the 31, Richard Holland. He's been showing his speed here. He was working up through that field, so we got 3 wide behind these boys. See if I can get a better camera angle on these. Rick Fagone stuck there in the middle with Keaton Tripp, and looks like Jared Cox there on the outside. Vern Bradley working up through there. He looked like he was looking middle. He's still looking there. He is going to take it. Maybe not. There's Hal Amy just in front of him. What a wicked looking paint job that is. See if we can get a good look at that chrome paint job. That thing is definitely neat. All right, let's go back just a little bit further here. We have some more racing 3 wide. Artie Peterson, Burt Wilson. Looks like Matt Egan there. The Bluey. You know, I do know that show. It's actually a really good cartoon. My boy loves it. Looks like we did have a little server hop out of the 06 there. In the Procreate. Ryan Neese. He is having a little bit of what appears to be internet connection problems. I think this is on his own personal internet. Not so much iRacing's problem here. Yeah, he's blinking out, so he's definitely having a connection issue. All right, I'm up here looking at Richard Holland. He's kind of stuck back here behind the 50s, 2 of Corey Suma and the 61 of Corey Cook. We still got these CNC machine cars up front. Dalton Cowden has led every lap since we went green. 6 laps in of 70. Charlton, Millie, and Gary Waterworth are just kind of stagnant right now from the very start. They had that little gap there Dalton put on them, and looks like a little bobble from the 46 actually coming out of the corner, but it's like Dalton's just kind of holding that gap on him. That's pretty impressive for this track. Boys are definitely quick here. Go back here to the 1 of Artie Peterson. He was fighting with position for, looks like 15th place, I think. Looks like he's got the run inside there for a second, but the speed kind of scrubbed off and he slid up the track. Lost some of that momentum. Steve Blankenship working on the inside of Ryan W. Daniels. Looks like he's going to clear him here coming out of 4. With the little crossover move there. Daniels is going to take it to the bottom. Get a little run. There's Glenn Jamieson. Having a quiet night. As quiet as you can in a lobby that crashes and fails. Just putting his laps down, keeping it clean. It's going to be in the, I believe, 18th position. Michael Benson said, let's crank it up. All right, so let's do that. Let's definitely crank it up here. I'll give you a few laps to crank it up. If you guys are ready for it, we'll do it right now. All right, so how was that for Crank It Up? It's my first time doing that. I'd like to have the static camera so I could actually run that a little bit better, but we may do with what we had. Sponsored by Bud Light, best Crank It Up you ever saw. Corey Suma way up to the outside wall. These cars are starting to push. I think the tires in the right front's definitely getting hot. Some guys all the way up to the outside wall. Just get a little action off of the right front suspension here. Let's show you how close they're getting to this wall coming out of turn 4. There was not much room coming off that turn. This time around, it looks a little bit smoother. Might have caught him off guard. Looks like it's shaped up pretty well, though. All right, so we're riding here. We're riding on board with a couple different cars, but the main battle that I was seeing was actually between the 114 and the 10. But now the Vern Bradley's actually fallen off about 4 or 5 spots. I don't know if he got into the wall at some point or what happened. Might have been a product of fighting a tight race car. I know this thing got surprisingly tight. Some of these guys almost caught the outside wall of 4, so wouldn't surprise me if that did end up happening. All right, the 81 is heating up, so let's go back here. Little Mermaid. Michael McCollum sitting in 20th place right now. Looks like he's just biding his time right now, getting around the track, getting some laps in. That is a pretty good looking paint job he's got there. I do like it. In some weird, twisted way. Don't judge me, chat. I hear you judging me, and I don't like it. But meanwhile, we're going to go back up to the front here, because there has been a change for the lead. Charlton Milley has passed the 34. Dethroned our pole sitter. Put him up to P1. Looks like the 34 has lost another spot as well. Gary Waterworth got around him. They're still fighting it out here, but that's just going to benefit this 46 car. These two racing each other. I think that's just going to help him pull away. So there's about a second gap between them, and we got 3 wide battle here. Richard Holland decided to back out of it. Corey Suma and Corey Cook still fighting it out. These guys have been going at it for about 7-8 laps now. It's been a tight battle between these two. Richard Holland's just kind of trying to find a way around both of them, but every time he gets a run on one, the other one will take the outside line, get back around. There's no real good way to pass at this track right now. Looks like Holland will make work of one of them. So Corey Suma back to 6th place. And just behind them, Rick Fagone, so another HJRM driver. There's Hal Amy. There's all the HJRM cars right on top of each other. CNC guys right on top of each other. Field's a little spread out though for some of these teams. There's Jeff Martin. Still running in the top 10. With Jeff in 8th place right now. We're coming up on some green flag pit stops. Oh, the 52 locks it all the way up. Wow. I think we might have to go on board here with the 10 car just to get an idea of what just happened. So they're coming down for pit stops. And how would you feel if you saw that happening in front of you right there? Good save, 52. Corey Suma, hell of a job. Got her down to speed somehow. So we're gonna speed this up, take you back into. Rick Fagone's gonna leave pit road. It's a long pit road, but you do have to slow down. All the way down to 60 miles per hour before you enter. And you're doing about $160, $170 when you hit that apron coming in there. So Keaton Tripp is actually your leader now. Working on a green flag pit stop still. A lot of cars on pit road that time around. Hal Amy's in there, Brandon Winning, Steve Blankenship, Jared Cox. Field's just wrapping on around. We got Keaton Tripp actually on pit road now, so. Behind him, the 02, Matt Egan. Cody Williams. Having a solid day today. Looks like he's gonna, I believe he's taking 2 tires on this stop, but maybe I saw that wrong. He is gonna come out ahead of Keaton Tripp. But after this all shakes out, I think it's gonna be between the 34 and the 46 for who got off the pit road the fastest. Very easy to lock it up here. We got a couple cars still finishing up. The 46 actually late pits. So after it all shakes out here, I don't know if maybe the 46 might have gotten a penalty actually. Had to bring it back down pit road. We actually have a car. Oh, there's a caution right there.
Throughout the course of that last run, did you see any rubber laying down at all?
So we're going to head and rewind and see what happened to the 09. Trent Ripley. Looks like he's all the way down on that apron. Gets a little loosey-goosey. Oh, there was a car to his outside. He actually hit the 81. It's Michael McCauley. Let's get one more angle on this. And I think everybody cycled out. Oh, the 81 actually clipped the outside wall. And those boys just kind of went for the same piece of real estate. I think Trent was chasing it up the hill and Michael was chasing it off the wall. I think we get one more angle here. This is a long track to pace around. So what I'm going to look at here is the cockpit view. So Michael knows he's to the inside. He is chasing up the hill. He just gets away from the wall and they make contact. Actually back it up here and rewind with Trent because he bounced right off the outside of that car. All right, so that's our first official caution. I think the 46 might have gotten a penalty. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. But right now, as it sits, after we all shook out on the pit stops, Corey Cook is your leader right now. And my scoring screen might be broken. I don't know if it might have got confused, but I'm pretty sure he's on the lead lap. I don't think he's taking a wave around, so that should be your leader. Had to get my phone plugged in just to make sure I could stay and keep up with the chat. It was down to 1%, so caught it just in time. Again, thank you guys for sticking it through. I know this is essentially like watching the Daytona 500 get rain delayed with the server crashes. We appreciate you guys being dedicated, sticking around. Thank you for all the votes of driver of the day. We got some votes for Ryan W. Daniels, the 81, Michael McCauley. We're getting doubled up here. Corey Cook's going to lead them off. Some of them CNC guys must have had some bad pit stops. Corey Cook definitely was a good beneficiary of those green flag pit stops. So those CNC guys are all shuffled all through the field here. I think they're going to have their work cut out for them as they try to get through this field. All right. Pace car is pulling off. Corey Cook's got the loud pedal ready to go. There it goes. 61-14 are going to pull away a little bit from the field. Looks like a drag race to turn one.
Caution somewhere.
Oh.
Throughout the course of that last run, did you see any rubber laying down at all?
The 84 and the 88 are facing each other. I don't know exactly why, but we're going to find out right here. Somebody didn't go on this green flag. I'm fairly certain somebody did not go, or they hit the wrong pedal. Oh, it looked okay. According to the field actually hadn't went yet, and the 00 ass packed the 84, for lack of a better term, and looks like the 28, 84, 88 all got involved in that. We're gonna go back a little bit more, and I'm gonna go on board with the 00. I'm not calling anybody out, but it does look that's what happened. The 84 was in front of the 00. The field did not go. It appeared that maybe there was a little bit of a lunge, and the 00 thought the green had come out. And there's quite a gap there too, so it's a little deceitful for the guy in this. So we're gonna go on board on the roll bar camera just so you guys get an idea of what this might look like. See right there, that lunge. He tried to slow it down, but then he gets ran into the back of as well. So just an accordion in the back of the field. Very deceitful. It's hard to get these things started. Leaving a little gap like that's actually pretty wise, so in case things like that happen, but sometimes they still do. There's a bunch of cars coming into pit. Matt Egan. Brandon Winning, of course. 00. Ryan Daniels. Bradley Wilson. He's going to come off pit road. David Moody. Michael Benson. I think Michael might have just got clipped there. I don't think his damage was that bad. Maybe just checking to make sure that everything's okay. So he's going to cheese it down there. And these three guys definitely have damage that they're going to have to repair. Looks like Steve Blankenship's getting his lap back on a wave around here. Gary Waterworth actually took a pit stop here, so maybe a little strategy too from these guys. See if they can stretch it out a little further. Get on a different pit cycle. The CNC guys are all grouped back up again, so they do have that going for them. Might have been a group call to all take pit stops and keep the fuel in there, as I think Gary might have got left out of the loop on the second pit stop. Maybe just a little top off of fuel. Actually, Corey Suma so there's actually 4 of these cars out here tonight. Between Corey Suma, Dalton Cowden, Charlton Milley, and I'm missing one of them. Gary Waterworth, I believe. But we're doubled up, getting ready to go green again. Corey Cook's going to lead them off. See if he can get them green this time. Hopefully nobody accordions and we get back to racing. All right, Corey Cook looking pretty clean right now. I don't think he's been in any accidents in this server. And at the last one, it was kind of hard to predict who was and who wasn't on the track. All right. So Corey Cook. Hit that loud pedal. Green flag. Little wiggle.
Green flag.
Tires should be warmed up a little bit. So he's going to lead them off. Into turn 1. Good jump for the 61 this time. It looked like the 14 matched him really good on that last restart. Unfortunately, couldn't carry that into the turn 1 because of the caution. So these boys are pretty spread out, actually. I think they gave a lot of cushion in case of a repeat of last time. Trent Ripley's stuck down there in the bottom. He's got Rick Fagunde to his outside. Richard Holland. These boys are racing right now for P5. Right on top of each other. Vern Bradley in the mix too. Burt Wilson. And Vern right there in the back of the 10. Putting a little pressure in his mirror. 10 got a little loose there. Took the air off the spoiler. Little wiggle. 14's going to pass him on the backstretch. Now looking to the inside of Richard Holland. He's trying to make quick work of these guys and get up there and run them leaders down. Richard Holland's got the run on the outside of the 70 car. I don't know if the outside will prevail this early in the run, but we're going to find out as Holland takes it a little deeper into the corner. Looks like he did get the run off of 2. Move Burt Wilson back to P6 now. Vern Bradley's working on the back bumper now. Rick Fagone. Looks like the 86 of John Sanu's passing Trent Ripley now on the outside. Got Hal Amy just behind this battle. Hal's just having a quiet night. I haven't seen him getting involved in anybody's stuff. Nothing beyond his control happening. He does have Trent kind of wiping his windshield right now. Looks like he's going to pass on the inside. Nice and clean for the 3. Keeping that chrome shiny side up. So there's the CNC guys. They're starting to work their way back up through this field. There's Gary Waterworth, Charlton Millie. He's a little bit quicker than the leader here right now. 61 is actually giving up the lead to the 14. Get up front here. So put Jeff Martin in the lead. I missed the pass. I apologize to Jeff, but that we did catch it. He is leading right now. Got a little bit of a gap on the 61 actually. Another one of those chrome paint schemes. And we're officially halfway. Keaton Tripp just made work of the 61. That was a tight battle right there. Corey's not giving up on him either. He's going to look back to the inside down the backstretch. Looks like he's going to dive it in there a little bit deeper on the 26. They made a lot of ground up on that 14, driving in there like that. So now we're going to have a 3-way battle for the lead. Corey Cook's coming with one hell of a head of a steam there. Keaton Tripp has nowhere to go except push the 14. Maybe looking 3 wide here. 26 still all over the back bumper of the 61, all the way to the apron as they're going to run 3 wide off of 2. They're looking. Keaton Tripp just went up in front of the 11 here and see if he can get some speed going into 3. 14 closed the door on the 61. 61's got a little bumper tag, moved up the corner. 26 is going to get to the inside of him this time by. Little love tap. So some tight racing up here for the lead. Cody Williams starting to throw himself into the mix here. Richard Holland's even up there now. He's caught these guys. Holland's got the run. It looks like he might not have the momentum now with the way that the exit on that corner. Just got a nose on the inside of the 11. Vern Bradley's going to be in the mix here in a second. So Keaton Tripp still looking to the inside of the 14. See if we can throw these guys under a blanket and get all of the action. Just can't quite keep the run going. Keaton's looking to the inside every corner. He just can't get off the exits and get that pass. It looks like he's just matching him right here. But as soon as they hit the back straightaway, the 14's going to prevail again. That outside groove's just slightly faster. You have to drive it in there deep, just like the 26 did. Hope it sticks. This time around it did. The 61 starting to look at the 14. 11:31 to the inside. Top 5, you could throw a blanket over them. Close racing right here, guys. Hard to look away from. While they decide who's going to lead this race, though, Vern Bradley and the 70 of Burt Wilson, 10 of Fagone. We're going to have a 7-way battle for this lead position. Somebody better decide who's going to lead it, because I tell you what, they keep messing around up here. This car right here is going to be catching them before too long. Not far back. He's got him in his sights. These guys are still battling up here. Good, close race, and Keaton Tripp looking to the inside of the 14 again. There was no distance at the line. My scoring meter said zeros all the way across it. I think Keaton might just clear him here. They are still very close. Keaton still hasn't been able to clear. He looks like he's cleared this time by. Can maybe afford to slide up here. Block that run a little bit. But now that opens the door for the 11 and 31 to look inside of Corey Cook. So 29 laps to go. Time extension a little bit because of the delay. We had a problem with the server, so we are going a little bit later than usual. Probably would have finished this race up at 11, so not too far off of our time. Man, these guys are still battling it out. Some good racing up here. Cody Williams now to the outside, put him up to second position. Corey Cook's trying to fight. He was in the lead. Now he's fighting to stay in the top 5. Bradley's looking to the inside here. Corey's not ever giving up without a fight. He's always going to fight. That outside line prevails for a little bit. You just got to make it work for you. Looks like the 114 is going to look inside of the 31 here. And I think that run's going to work. So there it is right there, 114. Going up to 4th place, 31's kind of left out to dry here. 10 cars coming up on the bumper. That's a teammate. Maybe they can draft something down the backstretch. Get some momentum going. Wow, this is going on. Keaton Tripp, Cody Williams are starting to pull away. They figured out that, hey, if we don't race side by side, maybe we can push away from these guys and make it between us at the end. We are going to come up on some green flag pit stops here very soon. And as these guys start to spread out a little bit, I'm going to go back and see. There he is right there. Gary Waterworth. It's Carlton Milley. Dalton Cowden. There's Hal Amy. Working his way through this pack of cars as well. Following line right with these guys. Hal Amy sitting in the 12th position right now. Little battle back here with the 63 and the 84. It's Brandon Winning and Glenn Jamison. Steve Blankenship just behind them. This will be for 15th place. Artie Peterson, that one car. Quiet night. No damage, no wrecks. Keeping it clean. Got an 8 car on the wall right in front of these boys. He's keeping it. Oh, there it is. I just jinxed him. Curse of the camera. He's backwards, sideways. Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock
Pull
it
your
up.
top, pull your head.
Curse of the camera right into the wall. Artie Peterson, I am really sorry, man. I never would do that on purpose. But we're going to burn it down with fire. We got a metaphorical fire here for the WFO Twisted Tuesday. So we saw the 8 car get into the wall. We probably don't have to go over this in too much detail because we did see what happened in live action. 8 cars hung up in the wall. He's trying to keep it up there. 1 car sees it, tries to get down, goes across the hood of the 52. And at that point, you got the brakes locked and you're just along for the ride. So the 14's actually stopping on the apron of the track and backing out. in towing. That was your leader. Or he was up front. I'm not sure what happened there. If we were going back through the field, maybe he got caught up in an accident too. Let's rewind and figure out what happened to the 14 car. I don't know why. Okay, so the 14's way back here. He actually got, okay. So there's an accident right here as well. I'm not sure which one would have brought out the caution. The 10 and the 14 had some net code. The 14 saved it. I'm not sure why the 14 would have backed out on that. I mean, it lost some ground, yeah, but caution come out. There's still plenty of time to come back. See the race off pit road. I might have missed that. I apologize. We're going to get in here and see who did end up winning that race off pit road, though. It's like the 11 Cody Williams would have benefited from that pit stop. Keaton Tripp right behind him. So Cody Williams wins the race off pit road. Keaton Tripp, Vern Bradley, Rick Fagone, Corey Cook, Charlton Milley, and Richard Holland here. So Dalton Cowden was your pole sitter on both of the starts of these races in our original server. It looks like he's had to work through some cars. They took those extra pit stops, had a lot of cars to pass. So now they're back in contention with this caution, this late caution in the race is about, I think we're less than 20 to go when we take the green. So we're doubling up here. I think things are going to, you thought they were getting racy before. It's going to get even more interesting now. These guys are going to be pushing it. No reason to hold anything back now. You're not saving. You don't have to pit again. Not a lot of laps left. It's definitely time to show it if you got it. Let's go Sky Racing 8 car. Got a vote. Steve Blankenship. Alright, so Hal has 17, 81 has 5 votes, 00 has 3 votes, and then 9 has 2 votes. Alright, we're getting ready to go green. The 11 of Cody Williams is going to lead them off here. Tighten forward. Seen Cody last season. A really good season last year. Put himself in a great position in this race tonight. Green flag is out.
Green flag.
And he gets a good jump on Keaton Tripp. He actually pulls the field about a car length. Keaton's going to slide down in there. Excellent start. 114, 10, and the 46 are right on top of each other back here. Looks like Keaton actually had some momentum there. Oh, hard contact with the outside wall. 10 car, 46, 10.
Throughout the course of that last run, did you see any
We're gonna have to
rubber
go
laying
back and
down
see
at all?
what the hell happened. We got all kinds of torn up cars back here. 31, 94 involved. I'm gonna crack open a beer and we're gonna watch this replay. We could spend all day on this one. A lot of fire on this one. All right, we're just gonna go all the way back to where it began. Right on this restart. Looks like the 10 car, I believe it was the 10 car and the 46 car. One more time here because I was a little off. 46 was on the inside. Looks like he gets loose, snaps up into the outside. Wow. That thing violently snapped back straight. And it's blown up. It's done for the day. Very, very violent crash into the outside wall. Yeah, he got loose. He tagged that apron, and you don't want to be down there. 10 car goes for one hell of a ride. 31. 88. So the 46, 88, 31, and 10 got the worst of that crash. And there was cars scattered all over the place. I want to go on board with the 31 car here through this crash. So you see, restart, we're getting it wound up here. You can see the 46 tagging the apron, gets loose, bounces right off that wall. 10 car, he has 31, has nowhere to go. All right. So we got a lot of beat up cars on this. .31's definitely going to come down pit road. No doubt in my mind about that. Hal Amy, also involved in this, getting some damage repaired. Leo Lortz, Glenn Jameson. There was about 12 cars involved in this accident. David Moody, I think, is done for the day. Checking to see if the shifter's still intact. I think everything but the pace car has damage on it right now. So definitely a little driver error. Maybe got a little too racy, a little too early. Those fresh tires, nice and cold. Bottom apron track. That's not a good place to be here at Michigan at any point. You can do it, but you better be ready. There's always a consequence to it. So we're gonna set up. Cody Williams, still your leader. Tennessee Titans. It's a Mustang GT. I'm no expert, but I think those are the wrong headlights for a Mustang. Just giving him a hard time. He's leading the race. Looking good. Our Bud Light blimp cam right now. Saying I'm a little dry. I think I'm going to go grab one. We're doubling up here. 1 lap to green, so I'll be right back. All right, getting ready to go green. 11 car, Cody Williams. I don't think we've seen the end of the mayhem yet. We got the 26, the 114, the 34, 84, 38. Things are going to get real. Pace car's off the track. Green flag is in the air for the 11 if he wants it. There he goes. Hits the loud pedal, gets a jump. Let's see if the 26 is going to carry that momentum into this turn again. It looked like he was going to get him. Not quite the momentum this time around. I think Cody might have a throttle issue. You might want to check the range on his pedals. That thing's just not getting up to speed right now. 26 is looking to his inside. .114, third place there, Vern Bradley. We haven't heard much from him. I think he got stuck in the Discord. He's down in the tower with Tim right now, so put Vern up to P3. Working on the back of the 26, Keaton Tripp. Some of these guys that were up there in the front earlier, now they're working that first fast repair. Things are getting hectic back here. The 09 Trent Ripley in the wall. 16 laps to go. Hal Amy getting by, just squeaking by Trent Ripley as he hit the wall there. Oh, the 08 comes way down on the 3, pinched him in 4. Hal says, I need to get out of here. I need to clear these guys, get back up to where I was running. 3 wide in front of him. Rick Fagone, Jared Cox, John Sanu. Steve Blankenship. There's Richard Holland there. Artie Peterson. These guys were up towards the front. 15 to go, man. You don't want to be back here. It's last season's point champion right there. Finds himself back in what appears to be 23rd place. Got a little bobble there where the looks like the 14 car is struggling. Maybe fighting a loose car right now. Work our way back up to the front. 11 car still under heat from the 26. Rest of the top 5's kind of singled out. Vern Bradley's actually getting a little battle back here as well. 00. '26 just can't complete that pass. And while they're messing around up here in the lead, the 34, Dalton Cowden's starting to make his ground back up. He found the pole again. He sees it. What's going on, Troy Cook? Good to see you. All right, 34 looking to the inside of Keaton Tripp. He's going to drive it deep down in the corner. 26 is going to pinch him just a little bit, keep him down there in that lower line. Wasn't enough. 34 still got the momentum. They haven't decided if they're going to run the apron or not. 26 is trying to make him go down there. Not giving much room to each other. It's getting down to 11 to go. 34 is going to clear him. These guys are battling right on top of each other. 34 looks like he's starting to get the momentum here on the 11 car. Cody Williams has got his mirror full now. No time to get nervous, just run your line. Definitely wouldn't have given him to the inside, but it's going to be tough for him to pass if you can hold that outer line. 11 might have that preferred lane. Looks like he's still got a little bit of a run here. He's going to fight back on the outside down the backstretch. 34, 11, tight battle. '26 is going to start knocking on the door here in just a second. 11's getting cleared, but there's the 26, Keaton Tripp. He's looking to the inside. This top 3 can't get away from each other. They've got about a 2-second gap to 4th place. That's Brandon Winning. Behind him, Bradley Wilson. Gary Waterworth's trying to work his way back up there. These boys, I tell you, this is going to be the race for the lead all the way to the end. I don't foresee that 26 giving it up. 11 way out of the groove, got a little tight. Might have burned those tires up. Nurse him back to health. You have 8 to go. There's still plenty of time to get back up there. Don't overdrive it. 26 might be burning his stuff up a little bit. He's starting to lose a little ground to this 34. 34 is quick. Dalton Cowden just moving up the field several times tonight. Started on the pole. He's went from first to worst, back to first. Less than 1/10 of a second between these two right now. Just going to go back through and look at this top 5. 84's got his hands full. Brandon winning 3 wide. This is for 3rd place, I believe. 4th place, okay. 94 got the door closed on him. 51. We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Caution.
And
Sorry,
the caution is
caution.
out. See if we can figure out where that's at. And that's the 1 car of Artie Peterson. He's stuck in the outside wall. And I want to say that he got turned. I'm just, I'm throwing out a guess. Might have got some contact with another car to put him there. So let's go ahead and rewind here. Take a little look-see. Looks like the 1, the 3. The 3's fighting a tight condition here. And, yep. I don't think that was on purpose by the 81. I think the 1 was running up on the 3 car. 3 car was way off the pace there. Let's go ahead and look. Let's pause real quick. Go on board in the cockpit view. Now we'll hit the play button. 3 car got way out of the groove here. The 1 had a bit of a run. So the 3 lost a lot of speed. The 1's trying to slow down for it. 81 got into the back of him. Nobody else involved in this. Thankfully, Hardy doesn't have too much damage from it either, so. I think Artie come down pit road, get 4 fresh tires, and just run it. That's what I would do. Well, we got some takers on pit road right now. We're going to watch this race off pit road, see who benefits the most. Some guys might take 2 tires. Got to keep that in mind. 84, 52, 34, 70, 94. This field's going to be all jumbled up. Some of these guys took 4, some of these guys took 2. All right, so I think the 46 car is going to be your leader. Maybe not. I'm trying to figure out who won the race off of pit road. I think Artie's taking a wave around with Glenn Jamison. 51's up there as well. 26, maybe. So maybe Keaton Tripp is still your leader. That appears to be the fact. My scoring isn't quite working yet with the way everything's shuffling around. It's not putting the top 3 cars up there right now. But we're 1 lap to green, so I would definitely bet that the 26 car is going to lead them off here. It looks like Artie Peterson's not going to get that wave around, so he's going to have to drop back to the back of the field. Glenn Jamison's actually in 3rd place, so I apologize for saying he was taking a wave around. He's definitely up there in the top 5. Bradley Wilson, Keaton Tripp, Glenn Jamison, Brandon Winning, Corey Suma, top 5. Then we got the CNC car. Dalton Cowden started on the pole. He's going to be fighting these guys. Cody Williams, who was leading this thing before that caution. So then we had Cowden take the lead from him. It's going to be interesting. We got some fast cars up here and some guys that we haven't seen a lot of today. Mixing it up. Less than 5 to go here at the green. Keaton Tripp getting a little heat in those tires. We're going to tighten this field up here. Green flag is out. There goes Keaton Tripp.
Green flag.
One heck of a jump for the 26. Bradley Wilson was not ready for that one. Sorry, we still got 3 to go. These guys are going to shuffle all over the place back here. Three wide down the backstretch. 4 wide almost. And there's a car getting turned. Glenn Jamison to the inside.
What do you got for temps there?
I think they're going to peg that on somebody. I'm not sure. I don't know how you... I don't... man, 4 wide. That's... I don't think you make it to the next turn. We're going to go on board with Glenn Jamison just to see what happened. We'll get a close-up. The 52 was all the way down on the apron. I don't know that Glenn maybe even knew he was down there. We're going to go just a little bit, whoops, a little too far there. Glenn Jamison just went for a quick 360 there. No real damage. Maybe some dirt packed up in those wheel wells, but for the most part, yeah, just I don't know. I think both of them just kind of didn't know that they were there. Let's go on board with the 52 here. We can go in the cockpit view. Just back that up a little bit more. So these guys are racing really hard. I mean, they're right on top of each other this whole time through here. That's all she wrote for that one. I don't think we'll have any takers on pit road this time. Three to go. I think we're going to go into overtime. The green-white checkered. I'm running out of beer, boys. You need to settle down. So, still shaking it out. Keaton Tripp's your leader. Bradley Wilson, 2nd place. 3rd place, Dalton Cowden. Brandon Winnings is going to be in 4th place. We're going 1 to green with Corey Suma in 5th. Burt Wilson, Cody Williams, Jared Cox. I mean, you take your pick of this top 7 or 6 cars, and I think any one of them could pull it off here in this green-white checkered. It's going to be tough for the anybody further back than that, unless we have an accident. But I'm fairly certain this top 5 or 6 cars could get it done in 2 laps. So here it is. Let's see if Keaton Tripp can do it again. Get a good gap on the field. Take him to Gapplebee's. The intensity is real. Keaton Tripp looking for his first win of the season. Rowdy Energy on the outside. Somebody haven't mentioned very much in this league yet. It's Bradley Wilson looking to take that win away from him. 34-84, looking to do the same. But here it is. Pace car's pulling off. We're about to know. Green flag. 26 gets a little jump again.
Green flag.
51's going to lose ground to the 34 here. .34's looking inside of the 51. 52 of Corey Suma is going to follow suit. Bradley Wilson's going to maybe lose 2 spots here. He needs to get on that loud pedal. The 34 is going to try to chase that 26 down here in these last 2 laps. We got about a lap and a half. 34 drives it in deep. All over the back end of that 26, and we got another caution. See if I can back up and figure out 08 Leo Lortz. And he is broken. That thing is not running. That thing has had enough for the night, and it's going to go behind the wall. We're going to go back it up here. Looks like the 31 was behind the 08. .08 actually got into the back of the, looks like the 46 car, and then the 31 was close behind him. Just sent him right up into the outside wall, tore the whole front off that car. That thing is done. Pieces flying all over the track. So that thing's done for the night. Radiator's in the wall somewhere. All right. I wish there was a button to just go right back to where we were in real time, but there's not. These camera controls would be perfect if I could just do that. So these guys are still, I don't know what's going on here. If they just called it, I guess that's the finish here. Keaton Tripp's actually going to be your winner. I guess I missed that. I thought we were going to have another green-white checkered. I didn't realize we took the white flag. So Keaton Tripp's officially your winner. Poor effort on my part for not knowing that. 34 of Dalton Cowton's going to get second. Looks like Bradley Wilson in third. And that 26 is going to burn it down. All right. So I missed a lot of things. Apparently I've lost track of my mouse as well. 26 is going to park it right here in the apron of the track. Good show by that driver right there. Keaton Tripp getting it done. First win of the season. Congratulations to the 26 car. He's going to pop the rear tires off that thing, and it deserves it. He drove it to the end, put it where it needed to be. Here we are. 6 pit stops, 2 servers, 26. Bringing it home. All right, so let's get the 26 car up here in the Discord. We'll get Vern Bradley maybe possibly up here. I'm looking for him. He's still burning it down out there. There he is, Keaton Tripp in the main lobby. We'll pull him up right here. Keaton Tripp. This is Bradley Cooper up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, driver?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Keaton. We're going to watch you park it here in Victory Lane, Gatorade Victory Lane at Michigan International Speedway. 2 servers later, green, white, checkered. Lots of crashes, lots of action, and you brought it home. First win of the season. How does it feel, buddy?
Oh, it feels great. This is my home track. I come here every year to watch the big boys race here. It feels awesome.
That was a pretty clean-looking car here at the end of it. There was a lot of action going on behind you, but you were able to siphon your way through that. Was there a lot of traffic? Did the car feel right once it was in that clean air?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if this race would have went green the whole way, I would have finished 10th. That one caution, whenever I pitted, I came right out and the caution came out. So I just stayed out, and that's pretty much what got me up all the track positions. So that pretty much is what gave me the win, I would say.
Well, we're not taking anything away from you on that, man. You kept it up there. There was a lot of guys that were hungry to catch you, and you were able to do 2 restarts there and keep that gap. There was a very hungry pole sitter that was behind you the whole time. And
yeah, I was worried there. I stayed out, and I thought that'd be the right strategy, and I saw everybody pit behind me, and I was like, oh, this might not work, and it worked. 2 cautions later, it worked. So if it would have went green the whole way, I'll bet you 34 would have definitely flew by me, but it was a pretty good race.
Well, good, man. Congratulations on the win. You looked really good out there. And, yep. I mean, you put it all together tonight. So, locked yourself in the chase. So, we look forward to seeing you race for the championship. And good run tonight, man.
Yep, thanks. Can't wait for tomorrow.
All right, buddy. You got anybody you want to thank for the race tonight?
Austin, NASCARmoney.com, Dad watching, and that's pretty much it.
All right, Dad, you hear that? He's a winner. You got a first place. He's locked in the chase, so he expects you to be here for that. All right, appreciate your time, man. Go burn it down a little more. You still got tires on it. What are you doing?
I'll do that.
All right, congratulations.
Yep, thanks.
All right, so that was the 26 car, your winner tonight, Keaton Tripp. And he's going to finish off those Goodyear Eagles. We're going to get up here with the 34 car. That was your pole sitter. It's Dalton Cowden. See if we can find him out on the track somewhere. All right, we're going to go ahead and pause real quick here so we can get a good shot of that 34 car before we pull him up here. That's a beautiful shot right there. That was just before we went green, so we're going to pull Dalton Cowden up into the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. You were the pole sitter tonight. It was the one that got away. Just the victim of circumstances.
Yeah, felt super fast. I love Michigan. I do have some yelling to do with my teammate, but
well, what are teammates for, buddy?
Not to cause cautions. That's for one thing.
Yeah, I would say if the last caution you're talking about was actually indirect to him, but I do know that there was some contact between him and Leo Lortz, but I don't think it was really anybody's fault, so.
I mean, it might not be anybody's fault, but I screamed at him already.
Well, hey man, you got
Second for
to
last.
reckon for last. We got hey, we had a good race though tonight. I mean, we had to put together a second server, and with all the hectic, chaotic things that happened tonight, I think second place still, man. It's admirable that you were able to come through all the cautions and all the wrecks. I think I've seen you went from the pole sitter to we had a wreck that you got involved in there early on. So you worked all the way through the field.
So we had to do the 2 servers, so I had to do the double qualifying thing. I knew I was good in qualifying. In the race was a little bit different, but it came to a point where, because of the length of the race and the way the cautions fell, there was a caution there where we were either really short or close to making it, and I decided with my teammates we'd pit again, and if we do have pit again, we could just take less. And that's how we ended up in the back, and then we got that little bit of a run. I got back up to 12th to 13th right by my teammates, and then I came and took tires on the last caution and just kind of had to drive.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah, we caught that. We saw you guys pitting, and then I think some of you guys double pitted to actually get that little extra and make it on fuel. So there was a lot of strategy going into that too.
Yeah, it was right on the number. It was, you were a lap, if under caution you were good, and under green you were like 0.5 away. So it was kind of okay. Let's just pit and see what happens.
Right.
Back here anyways.
Well, the CNC guys looked really good tonight, and you all ran in the top 5 a lot of this race, and double qualifying on the pole too. So I think that's an award in itself, and I'm still. I mean, you guys are looking fast, so there's nothing wrong there. I think your teammates are good teammates. I look forward to the rest of the season seeing you guys running up front.
Yeah, I want to thank CNC, Corey Suma, Gary Waterworth, Carlton Milley, Outrunning Sports, everybody watching WFO for such a quick turnaround of making 2 servers relatively quickly. But yeah, it was a fun race, and just 30 more feet and I probably would have got him, but yeah, that's how it goes.
The one that got away, man. Well, you'll remember that. Carry it into next week. We look forward to seeing you. We're going to where the hell are we going? Are we going to Canadian Tire next week? Or am I wrong on that?
I think we're going to Chicago.
Chicago?
I think.
I hope you're right on that, because I'm not ready for a road course right now. Not ready for that.
I'm gonna say it now. I'll probably, if I don't win one now, I'll win one on a road course.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing that, man. We'll see it. WFO Twisted Tuesday ARCA Series. Appreciate your time, Dalton. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Bradley.
Good finish, buddy.
Thank you.
All righty. So this is another name right here that we haven't familiarized ourselves with. 3rd place finisher tonight, Bradley Wilson. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Bradley. We saw that last little clash there. You were, I think, P2. We had that restart. Did the tires spin? Was there just something a little off? I know that we watched the 11 have some problems too, and it seemed like some cars could get it going and some couldn't. Was the outside line not where you wanted to be on a restart, or is it just...
Definitely not. You always want to be on the inside line, especially if you're controlling the start. And I tried to match it a little bit, but we had stayed out on them tires, and then RPMs and where you start from, where you start an attack, that's a big thing, and we just couldn't ever get it right. So Keaton got away from us there, and I think I was one of the biggest people that didn't want to see that final or the second to last caution come out that put us into overtime, because I knew that he was going to get away from me, but we might be able to reel him in and have a shot at it. And about the time we come off 2, I start to reel him in a little bit, and the caution came out. But overall, hats off to this league, and I heard Dalton say it in his interview. Hats off to him for the quick turnaround and the admin team, and everybody for a great show.
Oh, for sure, man. We call it a rain delay. I think that's what we went with in the broadcast, and we appreciate the fans still sticking around through all of it too. I mean, you guys put on a great show. It was good to see that rowdy energy car up there in the front. We saw We saw you there last week. You were running top 5 a couple times, and then it just didn't all come together quite like you wanted it to. But
Yeah.
I really think that you got the speed, man. You just got to get that string of top 10s and top 5s together and get that confidence going. I see you as a top 5 threat every week, man.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, last week we made an appearance in the top 10, top 5 even at one time, I think. And I hadn't raced these cars, the ARCA cars, in so long. I didn't know fuel and what to look for, and we just kind of got out of sequence on pit stops. And but yeah, man, I appreciate it. I want to give a huge shout out to Ryan Daniels as well at Iceman Motorsports for bringing us over here, giving us a ride, and look forward to racing with these guys.
Well, 10-4, buddy. I look forward to seeing it, and you go out there and celebrate this top 5, 3rd place finish. It's going to help you tremendously in points, and we'll see you next week, man.
Yes, sir. And thanks for the broadcast as well, man, and bringing it to these fans and everybody watching.
Oh, for sure, man. Don't thank me. Vern,
Man.
Vern pays me in Chex Mix, man.
Well, there we go. I mean, everybody loves Chex Mix, right?
Everybody loves Chex Mix. All right. So again, congratulations to Bradley Wilson, driver of the 51 Rowdy Energy. I'm going to put you down here in the main lobby, buddy.
All right, brother.
Now we got to go grab a driver of the day. I'm looking for him. Pretty empty down here. Vern Bradley's gone. Oh, they're all upstairs. I'm gonna have to grab Hal Amy. He might not like it, but this is your official driver of the day. I'm looking at the vote count right now. See if I can find the 3 car out there on the track. There he is right there. We got to have a better camera angle than that. Come on, iRacing. Is there a better camera angle? All right, let's go TV1. We'll play it forward just a little bit. There it is right there. That's perfect. And then I'm going to snag him. Hal Amy, you got a copy, buddy?
Got you, man.
All right. Well, unofficially, I don't have the final tally. But I'm going to bet. You want to guess what it is?
An award.
The what award?
Spinning.
Spinning award?
Got wrecked twice. It's fun.
No, it's not the laundry award. No, you got driver of the day, buddy.
No, I wish we had a better racer.
Well, last count I have was 17 votes, and honestly, Hal, you just another victim of circumstance. You had that big wreck there on that restart, took out the 31, the 10, the 84. There was a lot of cars caught up in that crash.
They got us in the back.
Yep, and that was all she wrote for that. You were looking good. You were in the top 10 a lot of the day. We had a lot of camera time on you. It just, it seemed like once we shined that camera on any particular car, it blew up. Something happened to it. So, curse of the camera. Yep, and we put the camera right on Artie Peterson, and he spun out right after we did it.
Nice.
So, I mean, all in all, though, everyone's thanking you guys for your quick turnaround. Good job getting the second server up. I know that was chaotic as hell. I didn't know how to handle it. I'm sitting here. I'm in my panic room. Got my.
We had a problem with that first one. Just too many cars were going out, in and out.
Yeah, I had my knee pads on. I was ready. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to handle it, and Hal Amy, Vern Bradley, Tim Hamlet all put together another great show. Bailed us out. Little rain delay. All in all, I think it was a good race, though, Hal. I know your night wasn't what you expected to. I think all in all, though, it was a good show to watch.
Good race. Yep.
We watched some top 5 guys fight for the lead. We watched 7 cars fighting for the lead there for about 10 laps. So I think the competition was stout, and just unfortunate we had cautions breeding cautions there at the end.
Yeah.
But anyway, where are we going next week? Is it Chicago?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought we were going to a road course. I don't know why I had that nightmare, but we're going to Chicagoland next week, Tuesday, 9 o'clock. Don't miss it. How, Amy? You like Chicago? I think you got to win to Chicago. Am I right?
Yeah. No, we're going to Kentucky next week.
Oh, okay. It's Kentucky. All right.
Yeah.
It's another one of the D-shaped ovals, slightly smaller, more like an Iowa or Richmond Speedway. Still fun to drive. Got to use a little bit of the brakes there.
Yeah.
I want to check this brake bias.
Gonna have to get that adjusted up.
Yeah, we haven't pressed that middle pedal much this season yet, so it's going to be fun to see some of these guys that don't normally finish well at those tracks and see who actually can rise to the top at those occasions. Same thing with the road courses. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan, but I do like the short tracks. So
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the road courses, but short
So
tracks
is-
are alright.
Vern and Tim busy up there? We pull them down? What's going on up there?
What they're doing now, but they might not be.
Let's get Vern Bradley and Tim Hamlet down here. Tim, Vern, you got me, buddy.
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Alrighty. We're still live. Just wanted to thank you guys. This is from everybody in the stream that quick turnaround. Good job getting the server back up. We appreciate the racing we got to see today. Excellent show.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it from the driver's seat.
An excellent race. So I think we watched the top 7 guys there fight it out for the lead for about 10 laps. You guys are right on top of each other. I thought that there would have been a caution sooner than what there was because of the way you guys were floating around and driving on top of each other. But yeah, it was an excellent show. Just had cautions, breeding cautions.
Well, I do say that I looking in the chat, and I'm no statistician or anything like that, but it looks like everybody agrees it was Nation's fault tonight.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there was a lot of...
I'm 110% sure on that it was Nation. What about you, Hal?
Nation freaking didn't show up.
I think with that pink laptop, he went in and hacked iRacing or something. I don't know.
Got his voodoo dolls out on all of his voodoo
Wait.
cards.
I think what it is that pink laptop is just so far gone that any website it goes to, it just attacks it. You know, there's so many viruses on the thing that it's like an infection, you know?
What was viruses from? What type of sites does he think he goes to?
I don't know. Probably Farmers Only. He probably frequents that a lot. It's a West
Christian
Virginia
Mingle.
thing. Yeah, it's a West Virginia thing. I don't know. I could probably get really creative with the names, but for the stream's sake, I won't. We appreciate you guys being patient again, and we're glad that we got to get the show on the road and bring you a good production value. And I think all in all, it was still a success. We had a great time. Glad you guys joined us. Thanks for putting up with my voice. I know that I'm working on it, you know. But
No,
hey,
you did awesome, too.
I officially can say I didn't fuck anything up tonight. It wasn't my fault. It was iRacing's fault. Or Nation's fault. That's what we... Nation's fault. And we'll see you next week, Twisted Tuesday, ARCA Series. We're going to Kentucky Motor Speedway. A little bit of middle pedal this week. And tomorrow night, 9 p.m., Wicked Wednesday Truck Series. That points battle is shaping up. We're going to go to Michigan as well. We should see Nation 01 back in the booth with Vern Bradley. This is me being hopeful.
Thanks everyone for tuning into the stream. I want to thank Coop for the awesome job on the broadcast, Tim Hamlet for being the admin of this series, and everybody at WFO. Great race tonight. Had a lot of fun, and look forward to doing a couple more of these this season. I'm having a lot of fun doing this.
Absolutely, man. All right, so from everybody at WFO, this is us signing off, and we'll see you next week.